Hi everybody, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. Now, very late last night into the early hours here in the UK, and probably this morning for a lot of people, we were greeted with the very, very sad news that John Bain, commonly referred to as TotalBiscuit, had passed away. Now, I didn't personally know John at all. I'd had no dealings with him. But the reason why I want to make this short video is, simply put, my channel would not exist if it wasn't very specifically for TotalBiscuit. Not part of a crew. TotalBiscuit is a huge reason why I went into YouTube. And I think there are loads, possibly hundreds of YouTube channels that would have a very similar story to mine. And my first dealings with TotalBiscuit in terms of coming across him and coming across his work was, I think, back in 2009, 2010, when he was producing his Cataclysm beta videos, alpha and beta videos, and they were getting posted up very regularly on MMO Champion, I believe. And one thing that I was really drawn to, and I'd delved into YouTube before, but I didn't really have any content creators that I was specifically into or desperate to see what their next video is going to be or anything like that. And TB was the first person to actually tick that box, because when he made his Cataclysm videos, I was really drawn in by his style, his very matter-of-fact, honest style. And I really respected that. And I really appreciated it. If he liked something, he'd say why he liked it. If he didn't like something, he'd say why he didn't like it. And he'd always give a good argument one way or another as to why he did or he didn't. And whether or not you agreed or disagreed with him was quite irrelevant, because he argued his point, and you could choose to accept his point or you could choose to dismiss it and like it yourself. And I really like the fact that he didn't necessarily go for the popular opinion. He didn't necessarily say or sugarcoat things in a manner just to appease other people. And I just very much respected the matter-of-fact aspect of that. So once I had seen these Cataclysm videos, he sparked something inside of me which had never been there. And I was a regular Joe. I was working 9 to 5 like most people in life. And he sparked an interest in me to say, I love gaming. This is a guy who loves gaming too. And this is a guy who's going out there and putting his opinion forward and producing content and, getting this amazing following as well. And I just said to myself, that would be such a really cool thing to do, because I've been such a passionate gamer all my life. And I'd go to work and I'd come back from work and I'd put on a game, whatever it may be. And I'd play, and then it'd be like, right, okay, time for bed. You go to bed, wake up, go to work, rinse and repeat. And so because I'd had this sort of passion for so long, and seeing TB do what he was doing, and also listening to his Cynical Brit podcast as well, I was just so enamoured and drawn in by what you could achieve if you put your mind to it, and what you could achieve if you're willing to put the hard work and effort in. And you could see the amount of work that he was putting in. You could see the amount of effort that he was putting in. And it paid off for him. It really paid off for him. He drew in loads of people. His style, his no bullshit attitude, it just drew in, I think, a lot of people, and it was so refreshing, because there were just so many, and there still exist now. There are just so many channels out there that pander to a company or pander to an organisation to garnish favour with them, and they operate under the guise of, I'm a fan and I'm doing this for other fans, and it doesn't kind of, a lot of the time it just comes across as self-serving, and it never did with TB. He never came across as self-serving. He always came across as somebody who was there for you as a gamer, somebody who was always there to try and help you and to cover your back and to support you and take your side in terms of whether or not you felt aggrieved within the gaming industry. Not all the time. If he didn't believe, he wasn't somebody that was prone to join the outrage posse just because people love to get outraged. No, if he had a genuine gripe, he would bring it up. If he believed that the gaming industry was doing something correct and people weren't seeing that, he would argue that point. And this got him many detractors. This got him a lot of haters. But it also got him, more importantly, thousands upon thousands, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of fans. And that was the important part, because we focus so much when we content create on the negative aspects of things. 99 people like a video, one person doesn't. Why? Why doesn't that one person? But TB just didn't seem, although he talked about, being affected by hatred, being affected by comment sections just being full of, personal attacks and things like that. And how he dealt with it and how he coped with it or miscoped with it in certain situations. Again, his honesty was just so refreshing that even somebody who was as strong as he was, or certainly as strong as he perceived to be, could still be affected by such things. And what he did to try and reduce that negativity out of his life and things like that. And again, as a content creator, listening to these stories of his and listening to how he felt allowed you again to be drawn in. It allowed you again to empathize with him and draw strength from that yourself when, the comment section in most places is not a great place to be. And he had his illness for multiple years now, and I believe lived past what the doctors gave him. But his fight through his illness was so dignified. And again, it was another huge source of inspiration and strength to people who were going through similar things or going through hardships and whatnot. And to lose somebody like TB is a massive loss to the gaming industry. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. I very much doubt there will ever be another TotalBiscuit. There will be TotalBiscuit copiers and there will be TotalBiscuit influenced people. But there will never ever be another John Bain. There will never ever be another TotalBiscuit. He sparked something. He started something. And I think if it wasn't for him, as I said, hundreds if not thousands of YouTube channels probably wouldn't exist today. So John Bain, thank you so much for everything that you've done, not just for me personally, but for the gaming industry. And rest in peace, sir.